being a drummer is way less about knowing how to do cool shit and more about just having extreme amounts of patience to not try to do cool shit. And it can take forever, sometimes for 2 minutes to go by if you're just doing one droning beat and you don't deviate from that beat at all. It can take a long time in your mind. 2 minutes can be like 5 minutes. And it's all about that stamina and that endurance to just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. It's kind of how it is with the guitar. The guitar was a little jealous because I had the drums and I was playing the drums for a while. The guitar's just sitting over there, kind of pissed off. But, hey, what are you going to do? You can't please everyone, right? Speaking of pleasing everyone, I neglected my duties. And I don't know if I have all the proper tools around me to remedy that. But I'm going to give it a go. You cannot light a candle with a Zippo. It doesn't really work very well. So, if you're seeing this video, that means that my technical issues are over. And if you're not seeing this video, right? Because who the hell wants to be locked away from the world and also not be able to talk to anybody or broadcast? I have to broadcast. Have to. So I've spent the last few days working on some videos and it's been tough. Let's just say that. I've edited the same video 3 or 4 times. Each time it's kind of like the Mormon golden tablets. It changes because I don't know exactly how I edited it the first time and I can't quite remember exactly how and when. So there are slight changes, and I can't seem to get it off my computer, and it's a problem. So I'm having to try out different programs and everything, but we'll see how that works out. So things are kind of crazy, aren't they? Like, it's not necessarily the coronavirus anymore, which is still the big fucking fuck you to the world right now, because if the powers that be say, hey, we're shutting down to the end of the year, everybody's just going to jump on board. I work in an industry where I need people to all go to work, because if nobody's working, I'm not working. That's a problem. It sucks. And I can't live off of unemployment, and I have a bit of a shaky history, a bit of a shady past. I was a career criminal. Psych. maybe you could call me that. A cat burglar extraordinaire. Kind of like a magician out there on the streets. What is there to talk about? There's really not much to talk about. It's kind of everything's coming to a close. Like, I feel like I'm in hospice right now. I need money. Is what I need. Hardcore, But I've never been the type that knows what to do and how to handle that, you know. So if there's anybody out there that wants to try to motivate me and or show me exactly how to do all that stuff, I'm right here. Just hit me up. I mean, I'm looking to work with people. I'm sick of doing it myself. I've been here for a long time, and I just keep doing these shows myself, and it just gets taxing. You know, it's just like, what's the point? What's the point of anything anymore? I guess this show has turned into like watching a man go through his ups and downs. Watching a bipolar man live life for a few months. Watching a basket case weave baskets. I don't wonder what that even means. What is a basket case? Like a fruit basket? Like tons of different fruits all mixed up. A basket case could be an intricately woven person, right? Baskets can be cool, I guess. I don't see why baskets have to get a bad rap, right? We over here shitting on like the the thing that used to keep us going, and that's kind of what we do with everything. A long time ago, if you could make a fire and you could set a small wooded area on fire, you were a god. You were gonna definitely survive. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody thought of that before. Let's just set these whole woods on fire and then walk through and eat all the cooked animals, right? I could see it. I could see it now, you know. I'm not saying like civilizations do that, but I could see a couple dudes, back in the day, you know, wearing some bullshit like marmot skin clothing, some shit you could just get. Motherfucker wearing a pigeon skin sleeve, one sleeve made of pigeon, the other sleeve made of frog's leg skin and frog skin and shit. I mean, back then, when you were just catching a few animals, you was just patching their hides together however you got them. You might have just a snake that's part of your sleeve, like the whole snake could be part of your sleeve. And that's just how people rolled there. You catch yourself a chicken, you catch a rabbit. Next thing you know, you got a bunny tail shoulder. Get you a matching set, but it rarely happens out there in the forest, that you catch two bunnies at the same time with the same ass, right? Like, how many different kinds of asses do you think bunnies have? Google that shit. Try to figure that one out and get back to me. Yeah, just Google that. How many? Here, I'll go ahead and Google it. It's quite possible that there is no actual answer to this, but we'll find out. Because I gets to the bottom of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if shit had a bottom to it, I would be there. And I would just be hanging out, and I wouldn't be disgusted at all. How many asses do rabbits have? Excuse me. How many kinds of asses do rabbits have? Because they could just tell me right now that there's some rabbit out there that owns like 14 donkeys. Because they call they call them ass too, right? Them biblical baby horses, they call them asses. That's kind of fucked up if you ask me. Put that question mark so Google knows what I'm doing. So, 60 plus pet rabbit breeds from A to Z. So I guess what Google's trying to tell me now is that every breed of rabbit has a different ass. So I guess if you're going to have rabbit ass shoulder pads, you better make sure that you getting them from the same region. You don't want to go out of state to get that other rabbit ass shoulder. Because I mean, basically, once you get out of state, like if you migrate and you get pushed out of the region where like the rabbit ass of choice lives, you might as well just give up on that shit. Just cut that ass off and try to find you like just another white rabbit and just put its back there. No rabbit ass sleeves for you. But yeah, it's just a luxury that we have today that our clothes are all made of the same fabric and that we don't have to sew them together and another being didn't live in them beforehand. Like we don't have to worry about that. Like this right here, this cotton, baby. So this just was grown out the ground, you know. We can get into all kinds of schematics about who picked the cotton. You know, we can get angry pretty much about anything nowadays, but I'm just saying this shit was not pulled off of a living creature. And like, you know, what they used to flip them inside out so the warm wool would be on you and keep you warm, and then their bare ass would be on the outside. That's what people would see, would be like the bare ass skin of the animal. So just, you know, just buyer beware. If you're looking for something that looks like fake fur, just look inside. And if you see anything that looks like a butthole, like a stretched out, like a flagged out butthole, like they just made that shit flat like a flag, then you don't want to go after that one. That's for damn sure. Because I remember one time, this girl I was going with, she murdered a rabbit. She had a whole bunch in her backyard, and I was playing with them joints. They were in a cage. Some of them were curious, and they came up and they were like, "Ooh!" And the parents were like, "Get back here, Timothy!" And Timothy Rabbit was just like, "Oh, but I just really want to play." And he came out and played a bit, and it was cool and shit. And yeah, I could swear we ate Timothy Rabbit that night, but whatever, man. I don't know for sure, but there was a dead rabbit. He got cooked up and was being eaten, and that's when I knew that tanning takes skill. Like getting a pelt from an animal takes actual skill. And I don't think this family with all these rabbits have managed to successfully pull a good pelt off of these animals as they ate them. But like, wait, it was just like a bloody slab of like crusty hair. And they were just scraping at it, trying to get the guts out, and flies just came overnight and just pooped all in it, and it was a disgusting mess. That's a great thing to talk about, right? But yeah, I guess I guess I'm thinking about all this stuff right now, this because I feel like I should just cut all my expenses and just go live in a freaking tent, because I just came back from a vacation, a nice camping trip, and it was a very fun time. And I slept in a tent for 3 nights, and went out during the day, went hiking, explored all kinds of shit. You know, did some cool experimental type things that opened our minds and sent us into chaotic multiverses of our own devices, each one of us creeping into our own separate section of insanity. And then we ate a bunch of food, some stew. I wasted my man's steak. I didn't mean to do it, but sometimes when you're flying like a psychonaut through the back spaces of your mental universe, you don't really want to put food in your mouth. So, like, you don't, you know what I mean? So I remember I grabbed the steak, though, with my hand off the grill, and I just started taking bites of it. And I chewed up some of it, and it was good. And when I threw it back on the grill, though, and I feel bad about that, you know, my behavior there. But I'm not going to talk too much about the Job Corps trip, which is what it was. It was a Job Corps reunion. 23-year reunion, I believe. We've only been out there twice, though. But it's just something we want to start it up, so we're going to start doing this thing. It's fucking awesome, by the way. And I've got a lot of video, and I'm trying to get it edited together and exported to my computer, and it's not very easy, but I guess I'll figure it out somehow. And, yeah, you know, going camping, you kind of reset your brain in a way. It's like you start hearing different sounds at night before you go to bed. You have to hear them. And it was pouring raining the first night. And the second night it was tip-tap raining. And the tip-tap raining is even cooler, man. You know, well, pouring raining, it's like, okay, this rush of sound. The tip-tap rain has more patterns to it. Although technically, the pouring rain probably has more patterns. I just didn't find. But you find them better when it's just tip-tapping, you know. And then the last night we were there, it was just a beautiful night, and we had a beautiful fire, and just, it was great. And I got the footage. I want to post it. I have actually edited it, and it's, like I said, I need somebody to work with me. I do. I need a team. You can't do something like this on your own and expect to really be good at it and be able to hold it up and keep it up. It's not easy. It's a mental exercise. It really is. I could sit there and just all day just talk and talk and talk and try to. I could sit with you all day and just watch what I normally watch and talk about it. I could do anything, you know, but to me there's privacy, which I don't really completely care about. And then there's just laziness. There's depression, bipolarism, definitely bipolarism. Although I kind of have the weird kind of where it's like I have good months and bad months. And in my good month, it's hard to see me. It's hard to find me like down. But in my bad months, it's really almost impossible for me to be up during that month. So it's a strange pattern. You know, it's probably psychosomatic in some way, shape, or form. I probably have every kind of mental disorder that they can prescribe to me. I probably have, but I don't see it like that. I don't see people as having disorders. I see people as being wrongly placed. Like a boy just may not be meant to be sitting in a classroom, and they call him ADD, and they're like, no, drug him so he'll sit still in class. It's almost like morally illegal, you know. But I like to think that people just have different personalities. Some people are assholes. Some people are very quirky. Some people are very insightful. Some people are just really dumb. You know, we don't have to blame it on some kind of condition, right? But I guess if you have to label something, some people have to label everything. Well, you can label me on my big toe, and I'll be slabbed out, and I won't have to worry about it. Just don't label me now.